The South Fork of the Edisto River rises spring-fed along South Carolina's fall line, that spot in the Midlands where the rolling red clay hills of the Piedmont lower themselves to meet the sandy flatlands of the coastal plain. From its headwaters in Johnston, South Carolina, the South Fork meanders to the southeast, scrawling its 105-mile course through a remote tree-lined river corridor. Occasional bridges span the ribbon of dark water, and extensive swamps and wetlands guard its flanks. Near Branchville, the South Fork joins its sibling, the North Fork, to form the main stem of the Edisto River, which then winds generally southeast until it reaches Givens Ferry State Park, where it turns south, eventually contributing its flow to the renowned Ace Basin, through which the river reaches the ocean at Edisto Island.
I'm John Bass, and I live in Kitchens Mill, and we have land that adjoins the South Edisto River.
My name is Doug Busby.
I'm Victoria. I'm Eva.
My name is Jimmy Hudson. I was born and raised right here in this part of South Edisto River.
My name is Larry Kitchings, and this is Hunter Brock.
I'm Murphy Lybrand.
It never rolled around in a week's time that we were not in the river at least 3 to 4 times a week. And every Saturday, my daddy worked at the Ford Motor Company in Williston, and every Saturday at 12 o'clock when he got off, when he got home, by 1:30 we was in the river until dark. Hearing the old owls just holler and hoot at night, and my daddy would say, "The catfish are gonna bite tonight. You hear them owls?"
I cannot remember when I wasn't in the river. My first recollections of the river is when my Uncle Wayne took me probably at the age of 6 or 7 years old. I had 2 older cousins that we fished. He would take us in the river, and I thought it was the wildest, most mystical place I had ever seen in my life.
Hunter is the 4th generation to fish actually the Edisto River. How long have you been fishing the Edisto River, Hunter?
Since I was 3 years old.
We take an annual river trip down the Edisto River all the way to Edisto Beach Marina.
Well, you know, when you're small coming up as a child, that river seemed like the biggest thing in the world. And the older you get, the smaller the river gets.
Animals need the water, we need the water, and nature needs the water.
We're on the South Fork of the Edisto River. Had a hunting club down here, enjoying the river with the young'uns, fishing and taking advantage of the water while we still have some.
It's just a long, free-flowing Blackwater River that has been preserved for hundreds of years. And as stewards, we need to continue to allow all people to enjoy the river, but we have to make sure that we use it properly so it doesn't deplete itself.
In December of 2013, this rural waterway began to attract attention after the first registration of an agricultural water withdrawal under the newly enacted South Carolina Surface Water Withdrawal Act was approved by the state's Department of Health and Environmental Control. In Aiken County, a potato farm received approval of a plan to withdraw billions of gallons annually from the South Fork of the Edisto. This first registration provided ample evidence that, while well-intentioned, the existing law has a number of deficiencies. There is no public notice given, nor are public hearings held on agricultural water withdrawal registrations. Approval is based solely on DHEC's safe yield analysis, depending on a dubious mean annual average calculation that has no relationship to actual flow at any given time. No consideration is given to analyzing potential environmental impacts, and there is no provision for input from any other regulatory agencies. Finally, once approved, the registration is never subject to review and exists in perpetuity.
I mean, you know, for a couple of dollars in a registration, you can pump all the water you want out the river, basically, the way the law is written now.
I think the government's doing the wrong thing by letting people take all the water out of the river.
If it happens on the bank of the Edisto, it can happen anywhere in the state, from the Salkehatchie to the PD to the Black River to Lynch's to the Waccamaw to the Savannah, right on any river in the state. It can happen at Cedar Creek and Green Swamp. It can happen anywhere in the state. So it is precedent setting. If it can come into the pristine swamps of the Edisto, it can happen anywhere.
This is our heritage right here, the South Edisto River, and it means a lot to me and my family that we can keep this thing going.